My pastor and his wife got 9 kids, but the problem is my pastor never calls his wife by her name. He don't even call her wife. Y'all, he calls her mother of 9. And trust me, she hates it. There was one time at church where he was talking about how a husband is supposed to honor his wife. And then he pointed his wife out in front of the whole church. And he said, I'll always honor my mother of 9. I could tell by the look on her face that she was very embarrassed. But anyways, one day after church, a handful of us went out to eat, including the pastor and his wife. After we got done eating, it was about time for all of us to go. The pastor stood up and looked at his wife and he said, come on, mother of 9. His wife started smiling out of nowhere. And for her to be smiling right now is a little bit confusing because I know she hates being called mother of 9. But anyway, she picked her purse up off the floor and she pulled a piece of paper out of her purse. And she opened it and then she slammed it on the table. Y'all, it was a DNA test. And then she stood up and said, I'm right behind you, father of 4. So I invited my friend Jennifer over to my house recently and we haven't seen each other in a while. Last time I seen her, she only had 1 kid. Now this time she got 3 kids. But she's married to her high school sweetheart, Mark, so I guess they've been real busy. But anyways, we're just talking to each other about our lives and we're just basically catching up with each other. I told her congratulations on her 3 kids and I said, you and Mark must be real busy. Well, she said she didn't plan on having 3 kids. She was okay with her 1. She said she only get pregnant around the holidays when Mark start planning vacations. She said, you remember last year around summertime when Mark went to Hawaii and I got pregnant. I said, yeah, I remember. And then she said the year before that, around springtime, Mark went to Florida. That's when she got pregnant with her 2nd child. I was like, yeah, I remember that too. She said, well, this year he planned on doing something different to make sure I won't get pregnant. So I jokingly said, what, y'all gonna stop going on all these vacations? She said, no, Mark said he's gonna start taking me on vacations with him. You ever been cheated on and then let the girl that your husband was cheating on you with move into your house? Yeah, me neither. My sister was married to her husband for 15 years and never knew he had a daughter from another woman. I don't even think he knew. One day we was all over her house for dinner. It was me, our mother, and our grandmother. Then all of a sudden, a woman knocked on my sister's door. She opened the door and let the woman in. The woman looked no younger than 18 years old, 18 or 19 years old. My sister's husband saw the woman and he stood up from the table and he asked my sister, who is this? My sister was like, this woman says she is your daughter. The woman stood there with papers in her hand and she said these are DNA tests. My sister's husband walked up to the woman and he took the papers from her. The papers said she was his daughter. Then the woman had a picture of a lady that my sister's husband used to talk to a long time ago. The woman said, this is my mother. My sister's husband said she never told me she was pregnant. But anyways, fast forward, a week goes by and my sister calls me on the phone and she's crying. I asked my sister what was wrong and she said she let his daughter stay with them even though she felt uncomfortable about the whole situation. So me still being confused, I asked her, well, what did his daughter do? She said she came home from work early to surprise him for his birthday and she went upstairs and caught his daughter and him in the bed together. I said, say what now? She said her husband started to explain everything. The woman wasn't really his daughter, and those were fake DNA test results. It turns out that him and that woman been seeing each other for a while, and he just wanted her to be around more.